I'm Tyler. Doing good. Alright. No, I haven't died yet. Yeah. That's it. I don't even know where I am. I don't use the map at all. Unless I find it in the game. Wow. How's it going down there, you stupid zombie? Oh no. Yup. Gun here, what? Where did I leave the gun? What you had me for? Let me do. Hello. Are you there, bro?
Yeah, I'm here, sorry. I had it on mute for a second.
I didn't see your message last night. We were already watching a movie.
I didn't even know I messaged.
Yeah, like 8:30 something, I think.
Back on DayZ.
Yeah,
That's cool, bro. It's a throwback.
yeah, I like it. This is one that, you know, it's not too hard to play by yourself. It's chill most of the time until it's not.
Right. And what are the servers like nowadays?
Um, most of them are pretty empty, but like the ones that have people, they have like regulars.
Okay, so it's not like a huge battle royale anymore. It's more
It's,
like how Vigor is,
yeah, it's
or
just
how.
like people trying to live.
If you think about it, that's probably like where Rust got the concept.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you were to allow people just to like kind of stay on the map and start building, it would be like Rust. Because I was thinking that would be pretty cool if DayZ converted to that.
The thing I don't like about Rust is like after a month, the server resets all your progress.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if someone's gonna put that much work into something,
I mean, on DayZ, I found that you really don't want to build. It's better just to be like a hobo that buries stuff in the middle of nowhere.
I didn't even know you could build on DayZ. Did they change that recently?
No, you could build for like forever.
It's always been like that too.
Yeah.
I thought it was like H1Z1.
No, you can build in this.
That's crazy. It's been so long, man.
You
It's
can
a free
build
game
like
too.
wooden crates, walls, stuff like that.
And then you could build a base into like kind of like Rust pretty much then, huh?
Yeah.
This kid's so annoying, bro. Like I'm sitting here smoking a cigarette, and all he wants to do is just stand right next to me and just keep closing the door to the garage. So it's like, bro, I'm not baking out a cigarette in the garage. Get out of here, go play. Jen just got home from work. She picked up her shift last night from 5 to 5.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this like most of her shifts are like 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. But if you think about it, I wish more jobs were like that because nurses' full-time schedule are 312s. So they work 3 days a week for 36 hours.
Mm-hmm.
They can pick up more if they want. But everybody else, I mean, it's like 5/8.
Mm-hmm.
I would much rather 312s. But when I was working at Freeman, bro, I was averaging like 14-hour days, like 7 days a week.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, man, there was like months that I went when I was working with some guys, and we would be sitting there talking in the office, and we'd be like, man, I haven't had a break since January. It's like March.
I'd look over and be like, you guys are having breaks?
Yeah, and then you don't get any breaks at work too. It was like one of those places you could, but you just like slammed with paperwork all day. pushing his little stroller in the back on the rocks. So I need to get that kid a puppy.
Man, I was excited for the whole dog thing when I was young. And like we had dogs when I was really, really young. But I did not expect to like love a dog as much as when we actually got him.
Yeah, it's like family at that point.
Like Striker, man, that is my baby. Like,
Yeah, it's like really like man's best friend is like the best way they put it.
yeah, that's so true, man.
Like unconditional. You're
But
always
before it
loyal.
was like actually my dog, I was always like, yeah, I don't know. But once
Then
you
they
have
kind of
one,
like
it's different.
yeah, unless like the dog chooses you.
Yeah.
Like my uncles and my dad growing up, they had a German Shepherd, and what was his name? I think they called him D.
Mhm.
And it was my uncle Tony's dog originally, but it kind of like started taking to my dad, and that's when he
Mhm.
started like taking an interest in the dog back. And then I had a German Shepherd when I was young. His name was Major.
Mhm.
He ended up like running away. I had two male dogs that ran away for like over a week.
Mhm.
Major was one of them. And we were like all the way up north in Michigan, and we were like camping. So we were like, oh yeah, he's gone. Never gonna find this dog again. We're like hours away from home.
Yeah.
And somehow like a police officer found him, and he wanted to keep him, but my mom, got him back. And eventually she ended up giving him away anyways because she was a single mother and he was just too much dog for her.
Uh,
It was a big, beautiful dog. He chewed the leg off of a wooden chair one time.
man, at our old house, bro, we used to lock the dog in my room, like when I was in there with them, if we had
Yeah,
like company or whatever, because we didn't want him jumping up at him.
right.
But like he would freaking chew the bottom of my door so bad, bro.
And
Like,
they got huge mouths.
yeah, and like there's still marks on that door.
I bet.
And when we used to take him for rides in like the car, if you left him alone in the car with no one in there, he like chewed off every seatbelt in our
Yep.
car.
Yep. That was like Bubba, man. They get like stressed out and they think like you just abandoned them.
Yeah.
Like, wait a second. They left me. I'm gonna eat everything. And you come back like 20 minutes later and you're like, what the hell, man?
Yeah, all the seatbelts were gone for like the longest time. And he's
German
got a
Shepherds are good.
chipped tooth from one of the car chips. He
Oh,
was
yeah.
like sitting in the front seat and he was like freaking out or whatever, and mom had to slam on the brake, and he like went face first into the dash.
Uh,
He doesn't like car rides anymore.
yeah, I bet. It's gotta hurt too, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I feel like animals, they have like way different pain tolerance. Like you like look at some animals in nature, man, and they're just like missing a leg, or like the monkeys that just start eating their arms.
Mhm.
It's like, what the heck? You guys don't feel that? Like if I just like poked myself just a little bit, that would stop.
Man, dude, Striker, it's like, it used to hurt me all the time. It was so terrible, but it's like, it was worth it now, but man, like whenever he tried to get close to me on the couch or in bed, he'd be like trampling me and stuff and laying on me. It sprained my ankle like so many times, it's just like, it's probably numb by now, bro.
Roughing around in the bed. He's like trying to get you up or something.
Yeah, but he's literally like walking on me and it's like, stop.
Yeah, and he's like 100 pounds, I bet, at least.
He's more than that now. He's kind of chubby.
That's good. I'm sure he's got like his winter coat too, and he probably puts a little extra meat on for the winter.
Yeah.
I was bit by a German Shepherd one time.
Wait, actually a bit, or just like stop it,
Like,
but
like it like chomped me right below my belly button.
I remember you telling me about that actually, I think.
Yeah, it was like one summer when I was like probably 13 or 14 years old. I got bit by two dogs in a matter of like 1 month. It was one in the front, one in the back.
Yeah, that
It was
would
like,
suck.
it was my neighbor's dog. He was a big white German Shepherd. And he was like fighting cancer. So they
Mm-hmm.
had him on steroids. And I remember talking to the neighbor, and I think I was like asking them why their dog was just so out of shape. And they were like, well, we work a lot, he's on steroids. And I was like, well, I always walk my dog around. Like, I could take your dog for a walk. And I used to work at like an animal rescue.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like really big into animals. Still am. But I started to walk the dog. And then one day I'm coming home from school, and he's sitting at the top of the hill by my house and the neighbor's house. And he's like just laying down flat with his ears pinned down.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, instantly, I just knew something was wrong, but I was like confused because like I knew this dog, and I got closer to it with my bike. I told my mom there's something wrong with him. She was like in the car, and she said, "Well, you walk him every day, you'll be fine." So, I listened to her, and I walked up there, and next thing you know, I'm getting like closer and closer, and he gets lower and lower to the ground, and he just takes off at me, and I like threw my bike towards him, and I like turned to run, and he leaped up, and like right above my ass cheek, he like bit me in like the small of my back, and then like it was just a nip, but he drew some blood, but he didn't like try to maul me or nothing.
Uh-huh.
And then like a week later or two, I'm going to my friend's house, and they have like this huge chocolate lab named Bunk, and he must have been like every bit of 150 pounds. You know how big those chocolate labs get.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been over there, for a couple of years, and I'm walking up the driveway, and he's running towards me, so I'm like putting my hands out to pet him, and he just jumps up and bites me right below my belly button. I'm like, what the fuck, man? What's wrong with these dogs? But looking back, like when a dog's sick and they're like going through treatment or medication, like that can change them, I'm sure.
I think Striker's starting to get a little bit senile in his age, but like, he's still chill. He just acts funny sometimes.
Yeah, he gets like a little finicky.
Like, he doesn't get aggressive, he just gets like weird, like he'll lay in a corner, or he'll like
That's kind of
whine
scary.
weird.
It's like they're thinking about something. What are you guys thinking about? I'll bite you right in the ass.
Bro, he used to steal so much food from me. I used to get so freaking angry, bro. Like, it was not even chill, man. Like, I'd wait like an hour for dinner or something, and then I'd get it, and this motherfucker would come and steal like all of it within like 30 seconds.
It's like having a cousin.
It's awful, man. I'm
So,
telling you, like, she knew
yeah,
better enough than to wait till she didn't look, too. Like,
it's like I'm gonna be able to get it from you.
yeah,
You're like, Mom, you better not let this dog in here anymore when I eat.
I literally had to, like, hide in my room and shut the door.
Yeah. It's like, bacon.
What you think do it, dog? I swear.
I bet he's like cleared your plate a few times.
Oh, yeah. And, like, if I had something on, like, a fork or whatever, and I, like, brought it up to get ready to put it in my mouth, it was gone, bro. Like, I'm talking, there was no hesitation.
I remember he used to lick you all the time when you had your mic
Oh,
on.
man, it was
Like,
awful. Like, full
you'd
on,
be like,
man.
strike it.
French kiss
No.
by a dog.
Right after he licked his butt.
So gross. So gross.
Lucky you got him to stop because this how you catch a tapeworm.
Oh, man, bro.
And you know what gets tapeworm like really bad?
What?
Bear.
Bear?
Yeah, bear meat is like majority of the time infested with worms.
That is so gross.
But there's like videos on YouTube. I just found this out recently too. I was like, because I always wanted to try bear meat, but I don't. And they say it's really good, but they say you gotta cook it really thoroughly because of this. And if you look up on YouTube, man, there's like a ton of videos where there's like giant bear with like 20 feet of tapeworm coming out of their ass.
There's, and you
It's
look at
nasty.
that and you're like, yeah, I really want to try bear, you know?
After that, I was like, I'm never gonna try bear
It's so gross.
because it's just like,
Oh,
wow,
God. I'm gonna die.
somebody chasing you.
Yeah, like 5 zombies. 4.
That's a free game, right?
No. You can download it off my account, though.
I'm gonna have to download that and like a couple other games that you play. Did you check out the Spider-Man one yet, or not? You
I
didn't get a
haven't
chance yet?
tried it yet.
I'm curious. I bet it was a college dropout. I think he was playing that when we were in a chat one time, and
Yeah, he
he was
really
telling
likes
me
him.
about. He said that he knows a few glitches in that game.
Yeah. Like, he knows how to get the Venom suit, I think. Like the black parasite one.
Yeah, and he knows how to like get you into like open world with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably like one of his favorite games. I bet. Huh?
Probably. He plays it pretty often.
It's always good to have a lot of different friends in the gaming world because if you ever like pick up a game, there's gonna be an expert somewhere in your group.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be like, oh yeah, if you do this, and I'm like, oh cool, man. And they're like, you just saved me like a year of figuring that out.
I just killed
I've been thinking
9 zombies with my fist.
those things are fast in there.
Yeah, man. Like, these ain't no slow zombies.
It's like Dawn of the Dead.
That was a good movie.
Remember they're like in the mall
Mm-hmm.
and they were like running up the stairs after him.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I thought Zombieland was really good too.
Yeah. The second one of that wasn't bad either.
I can't remember if I think I did, but I might have not seen it.
It was like Zombieland Double Tap, I think.
Oh, okay. I don't think I saw that one.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
I like how he had the rules,
The what?
like the rules where he was
Oh,
like,
yeah. Like the survival rules.
Yeah, like always lock the door.
Always check
That
the
was,
back seat.
yep.
Always buckle up.
And those would be rules that kept you alive for sure.
Oh yeah.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Put the headset in.
I'm still alive, bro.
I don't think there's not like an ending to that game either, is it? It's just like
Yeah.
constant survival.
Yeah, just survive.
Is there a way to like become an alpha in that, in the sense where like you have built and accumulated everything that you could possibly have?
I mean, you could have like at least one of everything, but I don't think you're never able to hoard like everything. I don't think
Okay.
like you can't have something that somebody else can't get.
Oh, okay. I think that's why I like games like Ark so much.
Mm.
It's like why I hate it too, though. It's like where you could hoard everything that you want, even if there's only one of them, like a unicorn,
Mhm.
and it won't auto decay as long as you continue to log on. But you can lose it to someone that's capable of taking it from you.
I don't know. Like if you build a base on here, it it's only a matter of time before someone gets in it. Like
Right?
it's better just to hide stuff.
Yeah, instead of putting all that work into a base, or
Yeah.
just to be a looter.
Yeah.
That's
Man,
why, like,
when
with
Dad was on here, bro, all we did was like steal stuff and bury stuff. And we like
that's
repeatedly got into people's bases, just doing like glitches and stuff without even having to break it down.
that's probably the best way to play it.
I I don't know if it's like bannable, but it's like you're not supposed to
Oh, it's a
loot
glitch.
like that.
Yeah, I bet if like they caught you, like if a streamer was able to record you,
Yeah,
I feel like that's how most people get caught. Is like they're streaming
it used
and
to
they
be
see somebody
so funny
cheating.
though. There was like there was a glitch where you could duplicate stuff, and there was this group that like lived on the coast near us, and we would steal stuff, and they would keep duplicating it, and finally, bro, like we just kept robbing them so much that they moved their whole spot. It was hilarious.
And they're like, these guys are hackers.
It's like you're duplicating. It was like a war between like two glitching groups. It was hilarious.
I would message them, be like, I'll make a deal with you. As long as you make a duplicate for me, I'll only take what you leave for me.
Yeah, I mean, like for real, we cleaned them out like every single time.
And I bet they log on just be pissed too.
Yeah, it's
I'll jump on it today and just
that'd be
try to
cool.
get Leo to sit down. Yeah, it's taking a nap, so nice and chill.
And you get a chance to talk to her about out the East Coast.
We talked like in little spurts, like she worked most of the day yesterday. So
Yeah,
like I usually spend the time that I do have when the kids are chilling, checking more into things. And we're just I told her it would probably be best initial look, and then line workup, and then we'll start focusing on like contacting the homeowner here and separating from the lease. Like instead of messaging him now and telling him like we're planning on leaving, and him possibly like trying to become an asshole because of that. Because some people will be like, all right, that's cool, like let me know when you're ready to go, and then we'll do a walkthrough and we'll give you a security deposit back. Some people, like in Nevada, the laws are that people technically out here can, it's called no cause eviction. And so for no cause at all, they can evict you just for any reason that they feel like they want to, which is crazy, but I'm not saying that he would do that. But I've had enough experience with people out here. It's like best to line things up before you start letting them know stuff like that.
Like why give them the option to?
Right. Like if we told him, like right now, and he's like, oh, all right, well you guys gotta get out of there in like a couple weeks or 30 days. Because I'm gonna put somebody in there that's gonna stay there long term and make sure that I get, you know, a lot of money out of it. Like you guys are gonna be gone soon, so I don't want you there any longer. It could be like that. So I told her just hold off on messaging the guy, and then let's keep looking, and we'll find something. And when we find it, we can have that in our back pocket. And that way, if he like tries to be funny about it, at least we have everything lined up, and we can just jump in the car and go.
Well, she's open to the idea of the snow now?
You said the snow?
Yeah.
I think after Michigan, she like was able to appreciate it a little bit differently. You know, like it's a little bit harder for people from the West to get over having those type of seasons because they're just so used to it being like summer all the time.
Yeah.
But I think she handled it pretty well considering, and I think she's at the point to like where she's like, well, I don't really care where we go as long as I'm making good money and we're saving money. And because you know sometimes you gotta like let people see for themselves what you're trying to tell them. Like, all right, we can stay here. You know, we'll talk about it again in a couple months, I bet. When you get tired of the bullshit that I'm talking about. And then like a couple months pass, and she's like, you know, we spent a lot of money. I'm like, yeah, we do. It's like I've always been saying that. It's like we make a good amount of money, but we also spend the majority of it. Like it'd be nice to start planning for retirement at some point and looking into buying a house and like getting the kids into school and like start getting some normalcy here. And like we've tried it here. It's like a great place for like a single person fresh out of school that's got job opportunities lined up.
Yeah.
But even like the most successful people that work here, what they do is they come here for work and then they go back to like Utah or Wyoming or Montana with their families at. And that's what I was telling her. I was like, you could still keep your license here, just like you got your license in Michigan and California.
Yeah,
And
'cause
then
she
you could just,
flies everywhere anyway, right?
well, she does, you know, like whatever the opportunity. She could work in a hospital, but I've always told her like that would probably get really boring. And then not only that, like if you work at a hospital, then you're not qualified to work for certain agencies for a couple of years. Like it's better for you to be like kind of like a freelance worker where like she had a doctor that came from Florida just like last week, and he needed a nurse with a Nevada license, and they went and stayed at one of the resorts on the strip. Like he like set up a little mobile office in like the Bellagio, and she went up there and he was like doing stem cell injections like with IVs, and he paid her $100 an hour. And I was like, well, you know, if you go to the hospital out here, they'll try to get you to sign a 2-year contract for like 30 or $40. Or you could go to a place like find a home state and then travel to like New York and Miami and Las Vegas and California and go get paid $100 an hour, and then
Mhm.
come back home and pay $1,500 or $2,000 a month instead of paying $3,800 a month to live in these places. Like one of the lawyers that we know that we've worked with,
Mhm.
he works out here, but he lives in Utah all the time. Like every chance that he can get leaving Las Vegas, he's back in Utah.
I don't know, but it truly baffles me that she's so eager to go back to Vegas.
Well, I think it's, like where her family's from. She's born in California.
No, I don't mean Janet. I mean my aunt.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, she probably just is wants to go party or something. That's probably what it is. Like I got friends that have lived out here and left, and some of them are glad they did. Some of them did it because financial reasons, and they can't wait to get back. But all they do is the ones that can't wait to get back literally are just wasting their money here.
Yeah.
Like they're not the ones that want to leave are making good money, but they're like, man, this isn't like. I hate the people I work with. Like you can count on one hand how many people you get cool with.
Mhm.
It's always somebody who's doing something stupid. Like the way they drive is stupid. The way they act is stupid. Like bro, I was sitting in traffic one time in traffic, not moving at all,
Yeah.
and some guy pulls up next to the car. I'm, working at the time, so I'm in a work vehicle. This dude hawks a huge loogie and spits it on the passenger window and just pulls off. And I'm like looking like I'm on the phone with somebody, and I'm thinking to myself like, what the fuck was that for? Like I couldn't even chase the guy down. I almost like destroyed the car trying to like get out of traffic to get after him, but I was like, man, this guy's lucky he's getting a pass today.
Bro,
It's just
I think you ticked her off the other day when you were going on about Vegas. It was hilarious, bro. It was like if
hey,
you saw her face, bro, she looked like she was getting so annoyed with you.
I mean, I don't know why. Everyone's got their own opinion. Like the ones that love it here, they like adamantly love it.
Yeah, that's the way she is, and none of us get it. So
You know,
it's
and you know
like,
what? I only have one friend from Michigan that loves it that bad. Everybody else, they're like, "What do you think about Vegas?" Like if you're from Vermont
yeah,
and you go to Vegas and you meet people from Vermont and Vegas that live there too,
yeah.
they're gonna ask each other. They're gonna be like, "What do you think about out here?" And then every single time that somebody from Michigan's asked me that question, like we all agree on the same things. Like they all laugh and shake their head. And I'd be like, man, it's a beautiful place. The weather's nice. It's like a lot of, cool places to visit if you got a lot of money. Like if you could sit there for 10 hours and put $100 bill every second into a slot machine, then yeah, you're going to get free drinks and food and you're going to get your room comp. But that's
Mhm.
because you just spent $10,000 in like an hour. You bought all that essentially. So yeah, they're going to give you a free meal at the buffet. It cost them like $10 to make. And it's just weird, man. Like it's a weird vibe. Like if you like being out here, it's because you either like going to the strip club and you don't care. Like, bro, even the strippers are weird. I had a stripper sit on my lap one time, and we just started talking about politics. And I told her like how I don't even know why we're talking about politics. But her parents were like in the service, and I was like a Trump supporter, and she was a Biden, and she was like drunk as shit. And she like looks at me real serious and she stands up and she's like, my parents served for this country, and it is not American to vote for Trump, and God bless America. And she just walked away, and like, what it is like this is a playground for misfits.
Yeah.
Like, if you like to get high, you like to get drunk, you like to stay out till 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, if you like to go to the strip club, and this is the place for you. And then the conversations you're gonna have with people are gonna be like tweaked out. Everyone thinks, differently. So you're gonna have that one person that smokes meth, and it's like, oh, there's a cop over there. There's a cop over there. You're like, bro, that's a mom with her kids driving in a Ford Explorer.
Bro, it's so weird.
Everyone's lost, man. It's like, remember in Pinocchio, the Lost Boys?
Mm-hmm.
That's how it is, man. Like, they think they're all grown, they think they're all having a good time, but they're all lost.
Hey,
Anyone that's doing something out here, you'll never see them. Even the celebrities, they don't walk down the strip out here.
mm-hmm.
I've never seen a celebrity walk down the strip because they know better. They're like, this world, the crackheads wander around and get drunk and high and throw their life savings into a machine like a dummy. I don't even gamble out here. I've got friends that have lost, like, just spent everything.
Mm-hmm.
I know a friend that's got a credit card that's maxed out for $10,000 that he can't pay.
See, I would say that's stupid, but then I feel like if I was actually there and I started to gamble, it would end like that.
And that's why you gotta have, it's self-control.
Yeah, I
Like,
struggle with that one.
but, for most people that are out here that pay their own rent and they pay for their car and everything, they have no excuse because they're somewhat used to being responsible for things. Like, you have to, like, have a certain amount of, like, I don't give a fuck in your mind, like, what happens to me by making these decisions to, like, keep doing that.
Mm-hmm.
I've watched people for years out here do absolutely nothing. Like, the people that are doing something out here, like, they go work in China for a couple months, and then they come out here in Vegas and they work for, a couple years for a company, and then they go work for, like, Circus or the Bellagio, and, like, they travel all these different places. Like, this isn't like one central location for them. It's just an opportunity in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even the stars, like, they come out here and they do their residency, like Usher's doing a residency out here for like 6 months, but he's not actually, like, he has a residence here in one of the casinos, but he doesn't stay in it. Like, he'll do his show and he'll fly out the next day
Yeah.
because there's nothing here. It's a desert. Like, in art, we built a beautiful base, but if you left the base, like, if you leave the strip, there's nothing forever
Yeah.
until you get to the green ob in Utah.
We could have called that place Vegas.
Yeah, that's like essentially how much there is in Vegas compared to that desert. Like, think about it. Like, it's got to take thousands of years to develop over a desert.
Mm-hmm.
They just started, like, our grandpa's generation just started building out here. Like, in the 50s and the 60s, there's like nothing out here at all except for like fossils and artifacts.
Mm-hmm.
And people get mad because they think I'm talking shit, but I'm just, it's facts. I'm not even talking shit. I'm just saying, like, what I see.
Yeah, I mean, like, didn't say she got mad, but I think she got upset for
More
sure.
frustrated. It's probably something she didn't want to hear
We
because,
already pick on her about it, so it's just like, alright.
I'm sure she would have liked some help from me to, like, try to convince. But I'm not gonna convince anybody of something. Like they're gonna come out here and they're gonna get tricked. But wait, what they show in the movies is like completely different. Like I don't even know how to compare it. Like if they ever, how they filmed Beetlejuice in Vermont.
Mm-hmm.
The way they depict it is gonna be totally different from like your experience in living there.
Yeah.
So like yeah, they'll show you the strip and it's busy and it looks like it's New York and it's busy. But literally go behind that building that they're showing you in that movie and it'll be nothing but dirt for 100 miles to a mountain. And then you'll probably see a crackhead taking a shit in the middle of a field, broad daylight. Like I swear to God, man, you'll be driving down the strip and you go behind these buildings and it's just desert plots that just go on forever. And there's like somebody waking up in the morning in the middle of a field, just pulling their pants down, got their ass out, dropping a load right in the middle of a field.
Oh my gosh, bro.
They're sleeping everywhere, but if you go for a walk and you're like walking by a bridge, I've had people like turn on flashlights from under bridges and little holes in the ground, and they're like living and sleeping under the ground here. Call them tunnel people.
Huh.
Like that movie with Sylvester Stallone, where he was like a cop, and all those people. Was it Arnold? They were like coming from under the earth.
I
It
don't
was like an
know.
old 80s or 90s movie.
I don't
And like there was a
remember that.
society that lived. It was in the future with Sandra Bullock and Sylvester Stallone.
I might not have
And
seen that then.
oh man, that's a good one. And he's like, they kind of had like, I think it was like a RoboCop. Like he was like put in a, he was like their best soldier in the past.
Mm-hmm.
And then they put him in like a cocoon, like a gel ball, like a fetus would be.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the future, they like cut him from the fetus, and he was like the best soldier from the past in the future. And like when he woke up, like they no longer, like he came from like Vietnam, like Rambo.
Yeah.
And in the future, like they used non-violent tactics. So he was used to like shooting and fighting people, but they're like, oh, well, you can't hit anybody, and like if you do, like the all-seeing eye, like this computer will see you and will like say your name while you're on the street and say you're being charged with yelling. You can't yell. But the underground people were like savages, and so like what they would do is they would just fight with these little cattle prods,
Mm-hmm.
and then if they could, they would like put this thing on their head, and it would be like a prison that they're in, like a state of mind.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look up the name of it though, bro, because
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that.
that's an old one. It's like 80s.
And bro, I found so much food that I can't carry it, and everything I can't carry, I'm just like gorging on.
Yeah, that's how you do it too. Or drop things that you can easily get back, or like build a box and store it.
It's like if I can't carry the food with me right now, no one else is gonna eat it.
And then if you can't do all that, then just drop like the most common things.
Yeah. I still have food on me that I haven't even had to open yet. That was ridiculous.
It's called the Demolition Man.
That's not Wesley Snipes.
No, that's 1993. Sylvester Stallone. His name is John Spartan. Oh yeah, Wesley Snipes is in there. He's one of the thugs.
Yeah. I might
You
have
have
seen
seen that
it
one?
like once.
Yeah, that's a good one. Benjamin Bratt, Bob Gunton, Dennis Leary. They got a lot of big names in there.
Dennis Leary, that's funny.
Nigel Hawthorne. That was a cool one. That was like around the time when like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone were just dropping movies back to back. They were like competing.
Man, Stallone's movies, I feel like they're always good.
Yeah, they are. And he's gotten better with acting over the years.
Yeah.
That's back when they like actually put a lot of time into making movies and a lot of thought. I was looking up those emerald tree bows again yesterday.
Those are so cool, bro.
They go for, so this is a site you could actually buy them and they'll ship them to you.
That's how I got my gecko.
Where'd it come from?
Um, it came from Pangea. You mean like
Oh,
what
okay.
company or what site?
Like where'd they get the gecko itself? Like
It was
like where'd
like
they
a
ship it
breeder.
from? Was it in the States?
Yeah.
Was it on like the West Coast where it's warmer?
Uh, I think it was like the middle. Like,
Hmm.
I don't know.
Bro, there's a ton of geckos out here. There was one right outside my, and you can catch them by hand.
Yeah,
Let me see. I took a picture of one. It's like it was like see-through.
that's pretty cool.
I think it was like one of those Mediterranean geckos.
Mm-hmm.
But I bet it's like the same ones that people sell. Like I bet if I like got a bunch of scorpions and lizards, like I could turn that into like a little business.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I imagine
But
they're
I'd
not
have to,
hard to breed either.
no, I feel like you just like put them in the tank together, and as long as they don't eat each other, you're golden. But they have like, you know, like that scorpion, she was pregnant, and if you get like 10 or 20 babies out of them, you sell them for like $100. That's like pretty cheap compared to like a lot of places. That's like $1,000 or $2,000 just off a little bug. All we would need is like a website though.
That's not hard to make. Zach
What do you
made a
want one?
website for clown.
Does it have .com at the end?
Um, I don't know.
Because we would want a website that like you
Yeah,
could Google
professional
search.
one.
Yep. Like I know we could make one like on Wix, like the Wix app,
Yeah.
but it wouldn't be searchable for anybody on like the web unless like you gave them the link.
Oh, yeah.
Like I would want it like if someone like Google search nationwide or worldwide, and we could like ship internationally. That would probably be the only hard part is like finding out if there's any like regulations for
There
shipping like
would be.
live creatures, right? So like I wonder how they do that, like if they actually have to get licensing or if they're just like shipping them and not saying nothing at all.
I don't know. Like, when I bought my gecko, they didn't really say nothing legal, but like, they were very professional about it. Like, they would not ship them if the temperature wasn't gonna be good. And, like, they
Yeah,
would look in advance and then look the day of. And they would make sure you were going to be there, like, the moment it got here.
like texting you like, hey, your package is about to be ready to get
Yeah,
picked up. Probably because they've learned from experience with that one.
yeah, and like, he was not a little cheap dude, so, like, it was nice to know that it was, like, guaranteed.
Yeah, I feel like you have to like guarantee certain things like that because if somebody gets something and it's dead,
Mm,
then there's a lot that could start to happen. Like next thing you know, like the person's like, "Oh, I need my money back because you shipped it when the temperature wasn't right." And then they're like looking into it and they're like, "All right, that's pretty valid. So now we're gonna make sure we ship only during these times. And if I eliminate all those risks and it still doesn't make it, like I still gotta guarantee my customer something because I'm not gonna just take their money and say, well, flush it down the toilet."
I could have got one from, like, my pet store for really cheap, but, like, I don't know, I was picky. I wanted one that I actually liked the look of. And knowing me, that would be expensive.
We should just start breeding things, man.
I'd be down to do it, bro.
Like once I get settled in somewhere, I do like I wouldn't want to get something right now and like try to get it to travel with me because
Yeah, that wouldn't be good.
especially yeah, like fish would be nearly impossible.
Mm-hmm.
If I did it with a snake, like the temperature would always have to remain the same and the humidity. If not, like that thing's gonna be pissed. It's gonna hate me.
Yeah,
So
like,
like
I
every
would
time I'll
almost bring my gecko on a trip, but, like,
yeah, that's it, right?
it's the temperature thing, man. Like, you could
Yep,
get away with the humidity, but the temperature is the stickler.
has to. Yep. And then they like need to have their heat lamp and like you can't be bouncing around all the time.
Yeah,
Like they don't like stuff like that. Like if a tree started shaking, they would like run out of that tree and go to a tree that wasn't.
yeah.
And then they can like, especially with like animals that can bite the shit out of you. The last thing you want to do is like put them through something stressful.
Yeah, like, I don't, like, he bit Mom enough to where she bled. I don't know if that's, like, the hardest he could bite.
I feel like that's probably like to the extent of it. I'm sure like they could draw blood, but like they probably can't make you get stitches.
Probably not. I wouldn't want to test it, though. But, like, my eel,
Probably
bro, that can
like,
legitly take your finger off. Like,
I bet.
it's a
You talking about
gnarly
the
dude.
lungfish?
Yeah,
I bet if you stuck your fingers in there, they could take them all off.
probably. It doesn't have teeth, it has, like, plates.
And the way that they just like pop their jaw so fast, they can break bones and just rip the skin off.
Yeah, like, he looks chill and, like, a lazy bottom feeder. And then you see him, like, go after something, and it's like a living torpedo.
hmm Like those arapinos.
Ah, those are so cool looking though.
I was looking those up. You can get those as pets, but they get
Yeah.
huge.
I don't know. If I got, like, another fish, I would want an arowana.
Is that how they're pronounced?
Yeah, it's where it's like the arowana is the one that swims at the top, and they're usually, like, silver.
Yeah, and they're like as long as a canoe.
Yeah, and they have, like, big scales.
You know, remember River Masters? He caught one.
Yeah.
They're beautiful fish. But you would just need to have like a pond, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, if I were you, I would like start filling that pond with things. Like I wouldn't like, fill it with like really expensive things, but things that like can last the winter and get
I
bigger.
would want to get a sturgeon, bro, but mom won't let me.
Why? Because it gets so big.
And she's like, you eat the ducks, and I'm like, no, it would not eat the ducks. And then
No,
she's like,
they
it
do get
wouldn't
big.
survive, and then it's like, yes, it would. Not every
I don't know.
sturgeon is the same species. You can get little ones. Well, not little, but littler.
I mean, they got them in the Great Lakes in Michigan. I don't know if they're able to survive more in like the running water that doesn't freeze over.
I'm not sure.
Like you'd have to find like a fish that would be good in still standing water in the pond during the wintertime.
I mean, they sell them as, like, fish for ponds. Like, to put with your koi or whatever.
Let me see what are good fish. And you know, they could just sell it because it's money for them, and
Mm,
they're not. They might not tell you,
yeah, like my lungfish.
right? They might be like, "Yeah, that's a great pet to have.
But yeah, it was
It's
so
like a puppy."
adorable, bro. It was like the size of a pencil. It was in this little dimly lit, like, tank all by itself. I was like, I want that one.
Yeah, they're not gonna. It's like going to a car dealership. They're not gonna tell you anything bad about the car. You have to find out for yourself.
Like, they wouldn't even take it. Like, when I was trying to get rid of them again, I called that same pet store, and they were like, yeah, we'll take him. And then, like, the day after, they called back and was like, yeah, we can't take him.
Yeah, because they're like,
Wow.
"Well, we gotcha. It's yours now."
I didn't want to get rid of him anyway. I like him too much.
It says if you ever add fish to your pond, make sure that they've been eating for a couple weeks, like the fish that's already in your pond.
Yeah, so they don't eat
Like,
it.
yeah, like they're saying basically, like make sure the fish that's in your pond are well fed, which is a good point. Like even with the fish that you add into your tank, you should make sure they're like all full before you put a fish in there.
Yeah,
But yeah, it looks like sturgeon are good pond fish to have.
yeah, I've been fighting that battle for a while, bro. They look
Oh,
so
you should
cool,
get.
too. It's like a freshwater shark almost.
I was gonna say an algae eater, but it says to keep them in an indoor heated tank. You could heat the pond, but it would cost a little extra money.
Yeah,
Like if you heated the pond, you'd be able to keep whatever you wanted in there. And if you like just threw like a big stone filter in there,
mm-hmm.
maybe you threw a stone filter just to oxygenate it throughout the winter, and then you put a heater in there, it would never freeze. It would be like an indoor tank, but I don't know how much it would cost to heat and do all of
I
that.
don't know, but they already complain about the electricity bill. You'd have to do it like solar.
Let me see. Can you keep? Does it freeze over?
Yeah,
What fish can you keep in a frozen pond? Don't koi fish like kind of like hibernating, or no? They need to break the ice for them when it happens, right?
I'm not sure. I don't know about koi fish.
It says pond fish like koi and goldfish are hardy and can survive winters as cold as 32 degrees Fahrenheit. For them to stay in the pond during winter, it needs to be at least 2 feet deep with proper aeration.
Well, it's definitely deeper than 2 feet.
It's like a sturgeon. So this is a list of fish that can survive in frozen ponds. Have you ever heard of archer fish?
Yeah.
Bluegills, fathead minnows, golden rainbow trout. Those would be cool.
Yeah, those would be neat.
Goldfish, koi, pumpkin seeds,
We have those in there
red.
now. They're wild.
That's cool. Red ears, rosy red minnows, sterlets, and stickleback.
A sterlet is a sturgeon, I believe.
Sterlet. This is the stellate sturgeon differs from the sterlet by the number of scutes. I don't know what a scute is.
It's like the
Maybe like the
bony
ridges on the
scale
back.
on the back.
Oh, okay. So by the number of scutes, the stellate sturgeon has 38, and the sterlet, so the one that would be good in the frozen pond, has over 55.
Mm-hmm.
And by the coloring, it is contrasting black and white compared to the whitish brown sterlet. So a sterlet would be like whitish brown.
Yeah,
It
those are
differs
the ones
from,
I've seen for sale. The
and it
sterlet.
differs from the, so the sterlet has a short stub snout. The sterlet is the commonest sturgeon, spending all of its life in fresh water. They are an extremely interesting family of primitive fish and are quite distinct from all the other living bony fish.
How much are those tree boas you wanted?
So from the website that I found, let me pull it back up. They vary depending on, I'm sure it's like with most things, I guess. So it looks like you can get a medium or a large, and it doesn't have like a gender. So it's probably like a guess. Like they'll
Mm-hmm.
just pick one for you, and you could do that for $4.39.
That's not bad.
And if you pay an extra $10, they'll give you a female. And if you, so it looks like $4.39 for like a mystery snake, $4.49 and $4.49 for a male and a female. And then if you want a juvenile, it's $4.79. And then yesterday, they're gone now, but they had 2 adults, but it looks like somebody bought them.
Mm-hmm. The
Yeah,
female would
but
probably be bigger.
when I do get set up somewhere, man, I'm gonna want to buy a female and a male, and like get them started at the same age,
Yeah.
and then like get them like bonded together so they don't kill each other,
I
and then
don't know,
hopefully they'll just.
depending on the species, you might need 2 separate tanks. Because I know
That's
some
true
can be
too.
good for a little while, and then they'll like eat each other.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'd have to look that up and see if you can keep tree boas together. Can you keep a male and female tree boa? Well, it's an emerald boa. They say it's Like everywhere you look, though, they say it can be an aggressive snake.
Yeah.
They say like usually in the wild, it's like very dormant, like it'll just kind of ignore you. But if you start to disturb it, then it can actively like try to come at you.
Mhm.
Yeah, it says that the male and the female should get their own enclosure until they reach sexual maturity, and you'll also want places to put each of the offspring if mating succeeds. Experts suggest putting the female in an enclosure that's big enough for two snakes and raising the male in a smaller one.
Mhm.
But if I did it, I would make sure like I did it the right way. Like I'd probably get them both big tanks just so he had room to grow and be healthy, and
Yeah.
then breed them, and then I'll hopefully have it set up that like if they did have offspring, by the time they got big enough that they were already sold, like
Yeah.
even to like a pet store.
I know that a lot of the breeders will keep like the babies in like plastic tubs.
Oh, like a Tupperware.
Yeah, with like holes in it. And they do that because it's like easier to keep the humidity. Almost like an incubator, I guess.
I wonder why you'd have to remove them from the mother, like
Because he'll eat them.
unless she eats them.
Yeah. Yeah, nature is not typically great parents.
Right. My cousin's barn cat, he was telling me that her first two litters she took out into the snow and just left them out in the snow.
What the cat did?
Yeah, because I was like, Callie's a really, she was a calico.
Yeah.
Looked like a little raccoon, man, like the size of her, with like wiry fur, like coming through her paws like the Grinch.
Uh-huh.
And she was like probably like one of the meanest looking cats I've ever seen. Like she just looked at you like, I will fuck you up. And I seen her like, I brought Bubba around. He's like a big 150-pound blue nose pit bull.
Mhm.
And she like hid around the corner and waited for him. Like she didn't pursue him, but she was gonna go at him. And so I was like, no, we're gonna get out of here. Like that's gonna be bad. Cause she had a bunch of kids. And I was telling my cousin like, she's a good mom. He was like, yeah, she used to be a bad one though. I was like, what do you mean? He was like, well, her first two litters, she just grabbed them one by one and just took them to random spots out in the woods in the middle of winter and just left them.
Oh my gosh.
Like, wow. But sometimes nature will do that if they feel like you're not going to survive.
Mhm.
Like they'll be like, instead of like a predator coming to where I'm at and eating you guys, I'm going to leave you guys out in the woods because you're not even going to make it through the winter. It says emerald tree boas are completely independent from the moment they're born.
Does it say if they're hard to breed?
Let's see, primarily really hard to breed. It says emerald tree boas are one of the most desirable and distinctive of the boas, and they are also surprisingly easy to breed.
Oh, there you
And they have about 10 to 20 eggs. And, like there's videos of people handling them, but I've never seen a video of somebody handling like a full-sized one.
go.
And if they like bring out a larger one, I've read and I've seen it says to like don't grab the snake. Obviously, I'm sure that like doesn't even look like a snake that you grab.
Yeah, that's like a showpiece. That's
And
one
like
like,
the
oh,
only
it's pretty, don't touch it.
Yep, that's it. And they say if you do handle it, make sure you've already fed it and to grab the structure that it's on. So if like it's laying on a branch, like to grab the entire branch and like just kind of let it do its thing. Like don't try to handle it.
Mhm.
And they say it's good to keep like a pair of like those prongs,
Yeah.
the snake arm. I've seen people handle them when they're really, really young, but when they're full grown and you look them up and they yawn, their mouth is just huge with two giant fangs.
Yeah. But reptiles are very personable, so like you could get one that's like super chill, or you
It's
could get one
possible like
that's like
that,
psychotic.
right? It's like the luck of the draw.
Yep, like mine is a very antisocial little a-hole. But he looks pretty.
It's like natural for you want to like handle your pets, so it's like kind of hard to like, it's cool to have. It's like having a piranha where you're like, man, I wish you were like cool with me at least.
Yeah. I used to have a sugar glider, bro. Those things are awesome.
Why don't you tell me about that? That would be a really cool one.
Yeah, those are awesome pets.
They're probably kind of hard to keep though, I bet, huh?
No?
No?
No, I wouldn't say so. It's
So
no
you take them
different than
outside?
like, I don't know, like a ferret?
Yeah.
It's like a ferret, but easier.
Ferrets seem pretty easy to have too.
I would say the hardest thing about my sugar glider was that dude was an escape artist, bro. Like, he had a cage that would lock in everything, and that motherfucker would still get out regularly.
That's what I was gonna ask next. Like, if you take them outside, like, do they just go for it, or
Like, I don't know. Like, they're not supposed to. Like, they can recognize you by, like, your heartbeat, and they definitely have, like, personality. Like a
okay, so
hamster, it's not just like a little rodent. It's smart. I wouldn't say it's like uber smart, but
it
it
like knows who
knows.
you are.
Yeah, it knows who you are.
That's good. So like they kind of stay close to you because like you're like a safety thing for them.
Yeah, like mine, I used to let him out of this little pouch when I was like out in my chair or whatever, and he would like go in my shirt and like crawl all around me, bro. And like those things have toenails, so it's like, I don't know.
So they're like clawing you.
Yeah, it's adorable though.
Are those expensive too?
I think mine was like 400 probably.
Yeah, so they're not like too expensive, but not cheap either.
Yeah. If you got one though, I would definitely get a female.
A female.
Yeah, I feel like the
Yeah.
males smell more. They have like musk or whatever.
Oh, okay. So like probably from like their urine, maybe.
Well, they have like a scent gland that forms on their head, like on the top, and it doesn't go bald, but it has like less hair, and it's like their oil or whatever.
Oh, okay. So like the oil that comes off their fur.
Yeah, But aside from that, they're like hypoallergenic. They don't shed. They're pretty clean.
They probably do that for like as a defense mechanism, so that like predators will smell the male and draw it away from the nest.
They could.
Like I know that like mallard ducks, like the males are green.
Mm-hmm.
Mallard ducks will have that color on them because when a predator is sniffing them out, and the males will flap their wings in the bush, and it'll draw the attention towards the male, and the female's like brown, so she can like lay down in the nest and hide.
Mm-hmm. It is cool though. If I got another pet, I would get another one of those.
Come here, Leo. Come here.
I was talking to my mom the other day. I don't know if it would be like this year, but I think I could probably convince her to like drive me to Virginia at least, 'cause that's like a day drive. But if I go anywhere farther than that, she's not gonna want to go.
Yeah, it is a long trip. Virginia's not bad. That's like only a few states away, and that would be like the last thing you'd want to do is go across state after that, or across nation essentially.
Yeah. She don't really want to do the whole Virginia thing, but I feel like I could convince her of that at least.
Yeah, Virginia would be cool, so we can visit Clown at least.
Yeah. It would be pretty cool to have you out here though.
Yeah, that would be awesome, man.
I could be the crazy
That'd be
uncle who gets all the annoying toys for Leo.
he needs to run around. He needs more space so he can stop acting like a baby all the time. Take him outside real quick. See if he'll run around and play.
It's getting dark and I can't see anything.
Oh, and DayZ.
Yeah,
It does get real dark in there.
it does.
Arc does that too, where like you'd be in certain spots where it's like pitch black. It's like almost like a sign, like the game's telling you not to go out.